Hi, I'm Shark Whitebeard, and I'm back again with another video. What I want to touch on in this video is some of the stuff we like to do at the camps is interact mostly with the kids, because I see families out there with their children and everything trying to have a good time. And some long time ago I was at a Ren fair and kind of interacting with the kids and stuff, and one of the parents said, God, that's the best thing that happened to this kid, that he never forgot that he was talking to some pirate and stuff like that. That's what they want to do. So one thing I do all the time, and I totally enjoy and I live for this, is I usually get out there and I sword fight with the kids with these LARP weapons. These LARP weapons is like this one. It's a cutlass and it's rubber, and you can't hurt nobody with it. And a LARP weapon is a live action role playing is what they're called. And I carry this one right here and draw it out. I always approach the kids. You know, they usually look like they're looking around, and I try not to scare them or intimidate them. And most of the kids are pretty good sports about it. And they look at me, and I just cut to the chase. Usually I'll get down on one knee and say, hey, you want a sword fight with a pirate? And they'll look at me and go, yeah. Some will look like they don't know if they want to or not. And one thing I learned is that sometimes kids are carrying their own weapons, and they're carrying wooden weapons and stuff, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to sword fight with the kid with the wooden weapon. So I said, well, you're going to have to fight with this. So I always carry this one. And sometimes they go that. I have this back here, and they'll say, well, I don't have a sword, and I'll pull it out. I think you do. And get it to me. Take this sword. So then I have my sword, my weapon of choice, which is basically a rapier. And this is my weapon that I carry, and I sword fight them with this. Now, the advantage is that this is a little bit longer, and it's a rapier. This is a cutlass. I got the advantage on them. And I usually go out there, and I always, I try not to hurt them. I mean, I don't hurt them at all if you hit them by accident. So I'm always just fighting their blade. They're trying to stab me and fight me, and I always let them win, of course, and have a good time that way. There's a couple of little tricks I always play, and the kids usually kind of like it a lot. And one thing is I'll pull my sword out and say, okay, before we start fighting, I tell them, I say, let's get the rules straight. And they said, okay. And I said, yeah, well, rule number one in a sword fight, and I go, there are no rules. There's no rules in a sword fight. And I started attacking them and everything. They kind of jump up like, oh my God. And what I do is I'll fight them with this blade, and then I go behind my back, and I pull this guy out. This is a LARP weapon also. And I'll pull this out, and I'll fight him with this, and try to get him fighting, and I try to use this blade to try to get him. And they go, that's not fair. I said, what do you mean you're fighting a pirate? Of course it ain't fair. You think you're going to get a fair fight? You ain't going to do that. So I pull this one out, and I still let them win, and have a lot of good time, and they're usually laughing and giggling and having a great time fighting with me. I was doing that, and I thought, I get out there and I'm thinking, I don't know, people are looking at, I don't know what people are thinking. Usually the parents are always really cool with it. They say, hey, thank you for doing that. We have, the kid had a really good time and had a lot of fun doing that, and that's something to go tell their grandma, whatever. Hey, I went to a pirate fest and had a sword fight with a pirate. And what I used to do is we carry these here. These are metal coins that we carry. This is like the size of a quarter. And we got these that are like the size of a $50, and we got these bigger ones. They're like the size of $1. And usually what we'll do is the kids, after I fight them, I give them a coin, and then sometimes they come back and they want another coin. And I say, well, if you want another coin, you're gonna have to fight me, and if I beat you, I get that coin back, and if you win, I'll give you a second coin. And of course, I always let them win anyway. So, and a lot of times. I used to sword fight with the little boys, but I see the little girls, they wanted to fight too. They really like to sword fight with pirates, just like the guys, and they giggle and laugh. So I usually sword fight with them too. And they have a good time. And a lot of times I have these Mardi Gras necklaces. I think I got some. And I tell the girls if they want a necklace or if they want a coin, and a lot of times I'll let them take their pick. But we give them like a necklace and put on their head like that. We just give those away. If there's parents that are really cool and they're really talking to me and they're really interested and interacting really good, and I'll usually give them the $50 coin to the parents. And then if there's vendors that are there, people that are there participating and in costume, and they're having a good time and they really have a good attitude, so I'll usually give them the one the size of $1 as a souvenir, just as a token. One time I was at the bar, attending the bar, and then this whole crew of these young kids came in, about 25 years old. They looked like about 20, 25, something like that. And the whole crew came in, and they're sitting down and having drinks, and I was serving them rum and stuff. and we're having good times that night. And then one of the kids sitting over here, he looked like he's, I don't know, 22, 23 years old, and he kind of looked like he wanted to say something to me, and I thought there was a problem or something. I leaned over, and he kind of almost whispered so only I could hear, and he said, "I see you out there sword fighting with these kids." And he said, "and the way those kids act and the way they react, because it's almost like magic." And he said, "You need to spread that around as much as you can." And that's all he said to me. And I said, "Wow, I didn't, I never knew that anybody else was watching, or the take that people got on it." So I think it's something I always thought, maybe people thought I was some kind of weird old guy, pretending I was a kid or something. But I guess people tell me that they kind of watch and they think it's a cool part of the fair, and to interact with the kids that way. So, I don't think I've ever had a bad experience, really, and it makes a lot of people's day that they get out there and they get to sword fight with the pirate.